Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be filming another new makeup releases video. My baby isn't here yet, so I figured let me live each day like it's my last. No, I'm just kidding. I just mean like as far as videos go, I'm trying to get as many as I can film for you guys. So if you want to see this eye look, it's going to be coming up in a future video. I was pleasantly surprised by all the makeup I have on my face, so you must subscribe because we have a ton of content coming up that I pre-filmed for you guys while I'm on my little maternity leave. If you guys like to talk about new makeup releases, this is the place for you, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. So I'm so excited because there's a lot of good makeup. I've been doing this series weekly now. Before I used to do it every other week, but there's so much new stuff and it's so much fun to talk about because let's be real, even though I try, I can't buy everything. Even though I got really close this week, there were a few new launches that I did say no to, which is pretty shocking. So let's start off with one I really want, but the more I think about it, I need to talk myself out of it because it's kind of a ridiculous purchase. So this is the new Viseart limited edition Petites for palettes, and they are a luxe palette collection inspired by the iconic French and American 1920s jazz age, full of fabulousness, roaring you into the winter party season. I totally think that inspiration is beautiful. These 4 palettes look so stunning, like the photos look amazing, but I really had to get practical, you guys, because each of these palettes is $25, and I think they are a bigger size pan than the recent Viseart palettes that I reviewed for you guys, so the Bijouette and the Cashmere, and actually the Violet Étendue. I do have those palettes with me right here, so I think these pans are smaller, but I'm okay with paying less money for smaller pans. And my problem with these palettes is for $25, I want all 4. I can't wrap my head around which ones to eliminate. Like, I'm like drawn to the green, I'm drawn to the blue, I'm drawn to the neutral ones. So I kind of want all 4 of them because I hate picking and choosing. But then if I buy all 4, that's $100. And I'm pretty sure the 2 new palettes, like these 2, are $48 each. So it's basically the same price to buy these 2 palettes as to buy those 4 palettes, and I just bought these ones. And listen, when it comes to makeup, I don't try to like overthink the expense, but I'm also thinking practically that the 3 palettes, the green, the blue, and the red one, have a bone colored matte in them. And that's kind of a throwaway shade for me because I don't use a bone colored shade every single time I do my makeup. So I feel like these are for somebody that will buy all 4 or just buy 1, and that's going to be their everyday eye look, and that's not my journey. So if Viseart were to, let's say, send these my way, I'd be so excited and I would love to review them. But to spend $100 of my AdSense money on that, I just feel like would be kind of a waste of funds. So as beautiful as they are, as much as I want them, I'm going to pass on those for now. Next thing I also had to talk myself out of. This was really hard because I love Melt Cosmetics. You guys know I love their holiday collections, and this one just speaks to my soul. The color story is so stunning of this eyeshadow palette. I've been watching all of their videos that they've been doing on this collection, and I can't wait to get my hands on the individual pieces. But as far as the entire collection goes, it retails for $450, and then they gave you a discount down to $425. When they sent out that email, my like heart just like dropped into my stomach because I'm like, that is so expensive. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I even contemplated using that like Sezzle system and doing like 4 payments of $100 each, but it's so much money and I definitely don't make enough in AdSense to justify $425 on one Melt collection. But it's so beautiful, and like I don't think Melt should reduce their prices just to like satisfy their customers, but I just know I can't justify that price point. And I was telling my husband about it because we talk about makeup every once in a while, and I was telling him how expensive it was. And if you guys aren't new to my channel, you know the whole OLED saga, and he's like, that's more money than a Nintendo Switch. And he's like, how can they charge those prices? He's like, a Nintendo has technology in it. And that really like set into my brain, because like, just imagine the amount of like pieces that go into making a Switch versus the pieces that go into making a makeup collection. And I don't think you can really compare them because, I mean, the Melt packaging has like custom tooling and it's like all custom stuff, but it still blows my mind. Like, think of all the things you could buy for $425. You could easily buy a Rebecca Minkoff or a Michael Kors bag. And I don't know, I just, as much as I love this, as beautiful as I think it is, I feel like the price point is just so outrageous for what it is, in my humble opinion. So I'm gonna wait and shop the collection individually. What I really want to try is the blush palette. So it's inspired by Monarch Butterflies. I saw Dana wearing the blush palette and it's so beautiful and colorful. Like, this collection is the perfect definition of Melt Holiday, because it's not those like standard holiday colors, but they're still there. Like, there's a traditional green, there's those traditional red shades, but then there's those like really bright pops of pink, and I think it's so cool. So I would love to try the blush palette. I really would love to get my hands on at least one of the gel liners. I really want to try the green one. The gold leaf liner also looks stunning. Dana was talking about those gel liners and she was saying they also make like a really beautiful eyeshadow base. She said that her and Laura have spent so much time developing their gel liners that they stay soft in the jar, but once they go on your eyes, they completely set. So she was really saying like what a unique gel liner formula it is, and I haven't tried their gel formula, so I would love to get my hands on the green. And then I also think the lipsticks are beautiful. That's like something that's calling to me the least, because I have a ton of lipsticks and I could see myself maybe wearing like one of the ultra mattes. Like, there's this shade called Bezos, which is a hot coral, which you guys know I love a hot coral lipstick. Everything else I could probably skip on. And then the lip liners are nice, but I don't wear lip liners, so I don't need that in the, you know, big PR box. The brush set looks nice. So there's a 7-piece eye and face brush set, and it's all custom packaging. I don't know how much that'll retail for individually, but I just bought something else that we're going to talk about in this video that has a brush set. So I don't really need the brush set. And I also just bought the Juvia's Place holiday brush set, so I really don't need the brush set. So for me, what I'm really interested in, I can't justify $450, so I'll have to wait for it individually. I totally see myself getting the eyeshadow palette, the blush palette, and the green liner, and maybe the gold liner. Those are the things I really want from this collection. So it's kind of unbelievable. $425 is a lot of money. I know a few weeks ago, everyone was dragging Chanel for having like an $800 advent calendar, but I mean, that's Chanel. That's like luxury, like the pinnacle of luxury. Not that I'm saying Melt isn't wonderful and luxurious and beautiful and that they work any less harder than the people at Chanel do, but oh my gosh, the price point is hurting my head, and I really wish that they hadn't made people wait for the other individual parts. Like, I would have loved for them to do some other bundles as well as PR bundle. I do know a few people that bought the collection, so I'm waiting for their videos. I know Annette's Makeup Corner bought it, and I know my friend Betsy also said she purchased it, so definitely waiting for those two videos. And I know somebody that's getting it in PR, so I cannot wait to see all those videos. I think they're going to be fabulous videos to watch. So yeah, I'm very excited for my friends, and I'm very excited to get my hands on the few pieces that I want from this collection. So let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you guys have a lot of them. I know I saw some on my community tab post as well, where people were commenting about the price point, and it's been really funny to read people's comments on Twitter, because since the PR box launch last Friday, Melt has literally sent out more than 5 emails saying, the collection is available, the collection is available. And I'm pretty sure they didn't have to do that with the Beetlejuice collection, because they did a PR launch of that as well in advance last year, and I'm pretty sure that sold out so quick. So I was thinking this one would too, and I think it's a very interesting testament to the price point that people are like, nope, this is where we draw the line. And also the timing with it being the Sephora sale, and that you can get all these other things like $450, $425 at the Sephora sale. With 20% off if you're Rouge, you can get a lot of really nice makeup. So I totally get it. I totally get why people are kind of hesitant. I think it's a good thing. I think it's good that we can still pace ourselves, because let me tell you, when something big launches, I lose my mind. Like, all sense of reality like leaves the building. I'm like, bye, 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 bye. And the fact that so many of us are able to like pause and like think through these things is a pretty good sign. Although I will say, I definitely came very close a few times to checking out with that Melt collection, because it's so, so beautiful. Okay, I feel like I've talked about that for 20 minutes now. So let me know what you guys think, because I love your sassy comments in my comment section. Okay, let me go back to my save folder, see what else I wanted to talk about this week. So we have this launch by Desi Skin. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did buy it. And sometimes brands sell things on Instagram. So Instagram has like a commerce aspect to it, so you can actually check out on Instagram, and I saved a bunch of money buying it on Instagram. So I paid like 40 bucks because there was free shipping. There was a discount for buying it on Instagram. I don't know. My product isn't here yet, but I want you guys to know that I did buy this. So this is the Mask On Overnight Moisture Mask from Desi Skin, and I'm so excited because I've heard really good things about her skincare line, but nothing's really called to me. But you guys know I have really dry skin, so I'm very, very excited for this overnight mask situation. So it says, apply a generous layer to a clean face, and in the morning rinse face with warm water and feel the hydration layer melt off, leaving behind a soft, supple, glowing skin. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I want to make sure I'm taking care of my skin after baby is born. And yeah, I'm just very excited to try that out. Okay, next is this holiday collection from Kiko Milano. So this is the Holiday Fable collection. There's an eyeshadow palette with 4 shades, 2 Radiant Duo blushes and highlighters, a Long Wear Hydra blush in 3 shades, Eternal Matte Lip Mousse, Divine Glow highlighter in 2 shades, Forever Magic eye marker in 3 shades, a Rosy Glow Potion, and a 24-hour Immortal Non-Transfer foundation in 7 shades, Celestial eyeshadow palette for $29.99. Oh my gosh, there's so much. This list is so long, I'm actually losing my breath reading it. I did see some of this on the Ulta website, and I was kind of curious, but I did try some things from Kiko a few months ago. I think sometime in August they had a collection that launched, and I bought a blush and a highlighter, and those were really nice. But I don't feel like Kiko does much as far as like really wild color stories. So I feel like I already have some of this stuff, and I'm not really interested in trying any of the eyeshadow palettes. So it's an easy pass on that for me. But holy smokes, there's a lot of stuff in this collection. So you guys will have to let me know. Were you tempted by it, or did you also pass on their holiday collection? Next is a new launch by Artist Couture. I feel like they've had liquid shadows in the past. Am I the only one that thinks that? I can't quite remember, but they have some new liquid shadows. There's 5 shades, I think. So there's Champagne Showers, Lady Kitty, Rich Bitch, Crossfaded, and Anything Goes. These launch on November 5th, and it looks like they might come to Sephora as well. I think these are probably really, really gorgeous. The shadows are very neutral though, and I personally like powder shadows opposed to cream shadows, and I feel like I've gotten these shades in the past from like Stila. Even Morphe had some liquid shadows that were really good that were this color story, so I can't see myself buying these, so easy pass on that for me. Next are some new like bite-sized palettes from Beauty Bakery. So we have a sweet potato one, and then there's something below it too that says eyeshadow palette, but we can't see what it is. So these are like smaller palettes that they sell at Target and CVS. I've also seen they have like mini versions of their blushes and bronzers. I've been tempted to buy, but I tried Beauty Bakery in the past. I tried their eyeshadow palettes and I wasn't crazy about their eyeshadow formula. So this is cute. I think it's perfect for the holiday season. Like, I really hope they launch this in time for Thanksgiving. But I've tried Beauty Bakery, and sometimes they have like bomb sales on their website. Like, they do like 30% off during the holiday season, and it makes me want to try them. But every time, once I like put things in my cart, I decide not to go through with it. So yeah, I'm curious to see the inside of this palette, and I'm really curious to see the one underneath. But for now, I'm just gonna wait and see. But yeah, nothing I'm like dying to get a hold of. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover is more like beauty news. This is the announcement that Tati Beauty is now closed. So I think they launched like the palette, the Blendiful. Did they launch anything else? I can't remember. I do have the palette, and it's a nice palette. I'm glad I was able to get a hold of it because it feels like it's going to be like a little piece of makeup history. I know some people are very upset that the brand's closing down. I personally think that she's gonna come back with something else. I know she's had a really crappy year. I mean, think of Tati what you will, and you know, her content might not be for you, her makeup style might not be for you, but the stuff she's had to go through legally, I cannot imagine the cost, the toll on her marriage. Like, you don't wish that upon your worst enemy. So I just hope that she is in a good place. It seems like she is. I'm glad she's back on YouTube. Like, nobody deserves to go through that. And so hopefully things will get better, and her 2022 will be better than her 2020 and 2021. So those are my feelings. I'm putting out positive vibes for her. And then we have this new launch from Juvia's Place. So this is the new Eyeline Eye Define Pen Eyeliner. It's a waterproof jet black liquid eyeliner that stays on all day. I love that Juvia's Place is just like adding to their makeup line. They're really filling in the gaps. They used to be really about eyeshadow palettes, and in the last couple of years, they've added so many foundations, powders, blushes, lipsticks. Like, they're really beefing up their brand, which I love, especially because this is a Black-owned brand. Like, there's not a lot of Black-owned brands that have the breadth of products that Juvia's Place does, so this is really cool. It's not something I want, but 16 bucks, like, maybe I would try it if I saw it at Ulta. I love the teal packaging. I very recently posted a video with their brush set and their holiday palette. I just got the other holiday palette in the mail, so I need to do a video with that. But yeah, Juvia's Place is just one of those brands I've always loved, and so very, very curious to see what the quality of that liner is like. Next, I just want to remind you guys that the Sephora sale is in full swing. I did pre-film a bunch of Sephora content. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I just filmed the other day trying out some of the makeup I purchased for myself. So that video will be coming up, I think tomorrow. I might post that for you guys, just like my very realistic, very small Sephora sale haul. But I'm actually wearing a bunch of the products I picked up from the Sephora sale. So very, very excited. But in case you didn't know, the Rouge sale is already started, and that is going till the 15th. So everybody can shop until the 15th of November. If you're VIB, you get 15% off starting on November 9th, and then Beauty Insider gets 10% off on November 11th, and everyone can shop until the 15th, and then the Sephora collection stuff is all 30% off. So that is really exciting. I had so much fun. I went into store, looked around, picked up my store products, and then I bought the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette, which I'm so excited about because everyone's been loving those palettes, so I can't wait for mine to get here in the mail. Next, we have the Lunar Beauty collection that launched. I honestly thought bronzer just based off of like the teaser photo, but there were only 4 people in the picture, so then I wasn't sure because I'm like, is it really bronzer? Because is that really enough shades to just do 4? And when I saw this collection initially, I hadn't watched the video and I was like, oh gosh, that palette, it kind of reminds me of Tarte. Like, take off the cover and just look at the palette. It kind of reminds me of those circle palettes that Tarte does that are like the neutral eyeshadow palettes. And so I wasn't gonna get it. And then the other day I was up, I think it was like early Saturday or Friday morning. I couldn't sleep and I was watching Manny's video because I keep like a set of AirPods by my bed so I can watch YouTube videos while my husband's sleeping. And so I watched this video and he totally suckered me in on this collection. I just thought the bundle was such a good price and you got everything to try out. He just made the powder products sound very appealing. He also said they're coconut scented, which I love coconut scents, so I can't wait to try this. I'm curious. I talked shit about this on my community tab because I was like, oh, why couldn't these be individually packaged? And basically Manny said that, and I knew this, but I didn't really think about it, is that when you are a brand owner, you have to order a certain minimum amount of units. And this totally makes sense. So think about it. He's basically saying if he wanted to come out with individual compacts, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades of powder and bronzer. So if he wanted to come out with 8 individual compacts, he would have to order individually a certain amount. Whereas if he ordered the palette with 8 shades, he would also only have to order a certain amount. So either 10,000 with the 8 shades in one packaging or 10,000 times 8, which would be 80,000, which would mean he would have to put in way more money than if it were to produce a palette. So in that aspect, it does make sense. I think that sometimes as smaller creators, or at least I'm going to speak for myself, I lose sight of the fact that these people are still family-owned businesses. They're individually owned. Manny's brand is family-owned, like he said it in his video, so obviously I'm not going to question that he's making that up. Like if somebody says their brand is a small, you know, one-man show or a family-owned business, like I love that because my husband works for a family-owned business, so I totally get that, and I think he's like genuine in his explanation of why it was cheaper for him, or more cost effective, I should say, to do one big palette versus individual compacts. So even though I would have preferred the individual compact, at least we're not getting ripped off. Like you're getting 8 shades and you're getting that half and half thing in the middle. So if he doesn't quite have your shade, you can do some mixing. I think that is a really smart move because it gives you options, it gives you variety. So that's really cool. And so I'm excited to try it, honestly. I feel kind of bad that I like jumped on the, oh my gosh, this is so dumb train of like, why are there so many shades? Why isn't there an individual compact? I feel like he gave a decent enough explanation of why he chose to do it the way he did. So I'm very excited for the palette to come. I also, like I said, I bought the bundle because I do like Manny's lip formula and I like those gloss shades. So I'm very excited to get a hold of them. And the liquid lipstick shade, I think he called it Perfection. I'm very excited to try that on my skin tone. And then I also got his face brushes, and that set alone would retail for $65. So I feel like I got a really sweet deal. I'm very excited to test out the collection as soon as I get my hands on it. And as soon as I'm able to, I will definitely film for you guys. Okay, so next we have Chiara Ferranya. She is the blogger behind the very, very popular blog called The Blonde Salad. I have followed her for years and years and years. I actually recently just stopped following her because in the sea of like unrelatable, she's like at the pinnacle of unrelatable. She's this Italian blogger that has a shoe line, a clothing line. She's like probably a billionaire. She's married to an Italian rock star. They have these like 2 beautiful kids, has a shoe line, clothing line. She's like endorsed by every big luxury brand out there, and now she has her own makeup line. I'm not surprised. I think she did a few collaboration collections with Lancome, and now she decided, why make Lancome money when I can make my own money? So yeah, she's got this brand, and honestly, I don't think she ever does her own makeup. Like when I used to follow her, I feel like she would always have her makeup done. The eye thing is very signature to her if you've followed her in the past, but yeah, I think her makeup is very neutral. I'm not interested in really trying any of this stuff out, but I know how big she is in Europe, so I feel like that's gonna sell out like super hardcore. Next is a new brand of skincare from Bandai Sands, and I believe this is a self-tanning company, Bandai Sands is. I want to say they're from Australia just because of the fact that like Bondi Beach in Australia, but I don't actually know that to be a fact. Anyway, they've got a bunch of skincare that they've got eye serums and moisturizers and all of the things. I personally have no intention of trying any of this out because I have a very minimal skincare routine. And recently with the move, I found so many little samples that I've been stashing. So I'm slowly making my way through all of that. But let me know, is that something you're interested in? I'm very curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on a self-tanning company that's like slowly trying to segue into skincare. I mean, I think that makes a little more sense than them trying to do like makeup, because like that might be a bit of a leap, but hey, you know, you gotta diversify in this market. Next is a new collection from Revolution, and they are collabing with Marilyn Monroe. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to say. Okay, so I mean, pass for me. I feel like they tried to make it look really classy. I remember I bought those quads that they did with that really cool like crustacean like pearl packaging. I'm pretty sure I decluttered those though, and honestly this is like nothing I want, but maybe if you're a fan of Monroe, you're really into this. I guess it's more affordable than the Besame collection with Monroe, but holy smokes, it's so much. Like, they do the most. And I was literally thinking, just looking at these new releases, I was like, imagine all the brands they reach out to that say no, and these are the brands IPs that said yes. So just imagine like the legal team at Revolution that has to go around to all these foundations and people that like are a part of like taking care of these brands for celebrities. Like, just in the last month, they've done a Friends collection, the e.l.f. collection, and now this one, and I'm probably forgetting like 9 other ones. So it's just gotta be wild, like reaching out to all these, what do they call the people that handle estates? Like, you know, people that run like Prince's brand. Obviously he's no longer with us. Or like, you know, Selena is another one that so many brands have collabed with. So it's so interesting. I would love to like take a peek behind the curtain of how some of that stuff works. Okay, so I don't really talk about this collection, but Disney collabs with Besame and they do these like princess compacts. So now they've done the Moana one. I really don't like Disney enough to ever buy any of this stuff. This is a $125 compact, and they only launch 500 units, and I've heard so many creators that love Disney like lose their mind every time one of these comes out, and apparently they're like impossible to get a hold of. I've never tried to get my hands on one, but oh my gosh, I mean, it's beautiful, but I've never tried Besame. I think they used to be sold at Sephora, but they left Sephora, so I don't know. Has anyone of you tried those Disney compacts? I'm dying to hear what you think. Next, we have a new launch from Colourpop, Colourpop's weekly launch. This is cute though. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I could get behind this. So they're doing a part 2. This is the Mandalorian palette and collection. So there's an eyeshadow palette. There's also a luxe lip oil duo, a makeup bag, and a mirror. I feel like that's a good size collection. Like, just a few things, perfect in time for the holidays. If you like Star Wars, I could totally see myself getting this palette maybe on the 2nd or 3rd restock. It's definitely not something I'm going to rush to the Colourpop website for, but I think it's cute and I'm glad I did it, and I'm curious to see if they'll do any other characters from the Mandalorian series. Next is this NYX collection. Kind of random to me because I don't watch the show Money Heist, but if you guys are fans of the show, maybe this is something that's really exciting to you. So they have a pan mask color palette It's huge. I actually messaged Heather Austin and I was like, so are we gonna see a 7 looks video? She did say no. I feel like you guys might be able to peer pressure her if you really want to see it. Maybe if she sees it on sale or something like that. But then there's also a smaller 9-pan shadow palette for $18. There's liner pencils, gold brick highlighters, gold bar highlighters, and a mirror, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's going to be dropping at Ulta Beauty soon, and it'll be available at Walmart. I wonder if it'll come to Target. There's also a Heist Volt for $90. So it'll be interesting to see how that does. I know NYX is one of those brands that I think does really well at the drugstore, because you can get it at Target, you can get it at Ulta, you can get it at Walmart. Like, it's one of the most accessible drugstore brands, in my humble opinion. You can get it at CVS. Like, I see NYX everywhere. So I'm sure that if you're a Money Heist fan, you're probably all ready to go with this collection. Now here's something I want, and I'm really hoping I don't forget to buy come Black Friday. This is the Magic Lamp palette by Klarity Cosmetics. So I bought their Memorizing palette and I didn't love it. I sent it back. Then I bought their Cobra palette. I really liked that one. And this one looks promising for me. So this is like an exclusive Black Friday launch. And I know Black Friday gets crazy. So I'm hoping I can get to this in time. But it's beautiful. I like the color story. I think the shimmers look beautiful. Obviously the shade Magic Lamp is like an instant trigger color to me, even though I have that teal like 100 times over. Oh, sorry, the shade's called Genie, not Magic Lamp. And it's a beautiful teal green. I swear I have that color. It's in like a bunch of palettes, I have that color, but I still want it. Very interested. I like that they did a smaller pan palette, so you're not getting like a bunch of eyeshadows that's gonna take you forever to use up. So I think this looks beautiful. And I also saw they're doing another palette for Black Friday. It's called the Melanin palette, I think. So this is also another palette that they're launching on Black Friday, and it'll contain 4 mattes, 2 regular foil shadows, and a multi-chrome shade called Curvy. And they're doing a gift set for $52, and then the individual palette will be $37. I can pass on that one, but I really like the Magic Lamp palette. I think that looks so cute, so up my alley as far as color stories go. Okay, so I think I talked about this in my last new makeup releases video. I did buy the Phenomena palette. Did I say that right? I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering it, but this is from the brand Pink Crush Cosmetics, and they had this other palette that launched. I think it was a Metamorphosis palette or something that everybody was saying was really good. And I'm kind of into all shimmer palettes, so I did decide to get my hands on it. It did launch last week, so I already purchased it, but I'm very, very excited to receive it so I can review it for you guys. Next is the launch of the Silent Night palette by Glaminatrix. This palette they revealed, and it's actually available now. I don't know if it's sold out already because it launched on Saturday, but this color story is so beautiful and I'm so tempted. The palette retails for $48 US, and then you have to pay shipping on top of that. And I'm conflicted because I already bought the Sandra Rose palette, and that one's not going to ship till January. And this one, I think they are going to try and ship before the holidays. So I could technically pay another amount and pay for shipping and get it here before the holidays so I can review it for you guys. Or she did offer customers the option of bundling the two, but then you have to wait for the Silent Night palette to come with the Sandra Rose, and I just don't think that makes sense. And I don't want to pay shipping twice for Australia. So as much as I love this palette and I think it's so gorgeous, I'm going to be passing on picking that up. But congratulations to Glaminatrix, because I think they made a beautiful palette. Okay, that is it. I think I touched on everything that I wanted to cover in this new makeup releases video. Let me know, what are you eyeing this week for new makeup releases? You guys know I love chatting to you in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in another video soon. I do have quite a few videos pre-filmed, so my plan is to try and post at least 2 videos a week while I'm gone. Hopefully I can still squeeze in some more videos. I feel like I've been talking about this like for a month now, but it's so hard to predict with baby. She could come anytime, but I am scheduled to get induced on Wednesday going into Thursday. So for sure, if she doesn't come in the next 2 days, she's gonna be born on Wednesday or Thursday this week. So I will definitely be gone then, but I do have some content. So please consider subscribing and sticking with me while we embark on this new journey here on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye guys!